Hello guys, hope you all are well. In our previous video, you have studied that what are clusters, what are trend lines and what are reference lines. And then in the further videos, we have studied that how we can implement reference line in Tableau and how we can implement trend lines in Tableau. Now it's a time to learn how we can implement clusters in Tableau. Where we have learned that clusters are basically used in unsupervised learning for making the values grouped together. And the clusters are basically of significance of only for grouping the values together so that later on we can create the patterns from it. Now we will be learning that how we can implement it in Tableau. So we are going towards Tableau. In Tableau we can see that there are the data. This data is being clustered among three colors, that is blue, orange and red color. So this data is basically a data of iris. You can see it here. We are using iris dataset where we have the four measures: petal length, petal width, sepal length and sepal width. Beside of these four attributes, we will be finding that how many clusters in this data it have. So for finding, as in this view, you can see there are three clusters according in via color it is showing you. So how we can create this type of clusters and what is the level of information that it is providing us, for that we'll be now creating this view. So I'm creating a new sheet. I have the data iris. You can also import it. I'll be giving you the data in this description below. So first of all, I need to drag petal length over columns and petal width over columns. Then I need to keep sepal length over columns and then I need to keep sepal width over columns. After then, I am getting these four scatter plots, make it entire view and drag ID over to detail. Drag ID over to detail. Wait. And once I am keeping your ID over to detail, you can see this type of analysis is being shown. Now I'm converting from automatic to circle. I'm increasing its size and I'm decreasing its color, opacity, and giving it a border of black. So by default, I can see that this type of chart has been created. Now directly via seeing it, you can easily visualize that these values are always being separated here with that of other values. So we can directly by seeing it, we can visualize that these are the different cluster, but we cannot find the cluster between these two. So for that, if we want to find the cluster from the data, what we need to do is we need to go to the analytics tab and there is an option of cluster. Pick that cluster and drag it there. Once you will be keeping it, it will picking all the values using all the values, variables and measures. It will be creating your clusters and it have find the clusters according all these four attributes and find that this one is a different cluster. Beside in these two values groups which we were earlier looking like a similar, also have two different cluster. One is of orange color, another is of pink color. Now if we want to check it whether we have created a correct analysis, then what we can do later on, because we know that there are three type of species of flowers here, then if we are labeling them, then you can see that they all are the setosa. They are coming under versicolor and the pink are coming under virginica. Hence we can say that the cluster created via Tableau is also very accurate, and that is similar we have the type of species in iris. Hence via this way we can create the grouping of the data, that is the data for which we are not having any type of a class, and the data that is segregated not equally. So if we don't know anything about the data, we can first of all have to create clusters for data, and for that type of unsupervised learning and clustering type of a thing, we can implement it in Tableau also with this option that is called as clusters. Hope you understand this video and you understand that how we can create clusters. So if you like the concept, if you like the video, then kindly share and comment over this video and like the video. Thanks and stay safe.